one thing that I want, this story, this Radu story, I don't want to see it repeated. No. The joy of having a child. It was exactly the day my father died when I delivered him. So it was kind of a bittersweet day for me. I buried Dad, I delivered Radu, and I knew that it's gonna be a very special child. By the age of 3, he kind of lost everything he had, and his behavior became, yeah, I could say bizarre, right? So he started to watch the leaves, the wind, the trees. Oh, I said, well, it's going to be a philosopher, a poet, right? Then he started to hurt himself, right? So it was by the age of 3. I had this perspective, he might never be a normal child. I never lived in denial, you know, but I was considering the responsibilities and the dangers and what would happen if I die. Big baby, let's finish the French fries. We arrived here in Vancouver. Radu was diagnosed immediately with autism, right? Because his behavior was kind of weird, and he was hurting himself, biting himself. This was his favorite job, to bite his own arms. He banged his head, and you saw how he bangs his hand, but he used to do it with his head, and yeah. So they said autism, right? But they started to research his case and everything. And they realized that, they found out that he has PKU. What is PKU? No idea. He could have been a normal child. Yeah, it's always somewhere in the back of your head, right? It's that little voice that always kills you sometimes. I went to the hospital together with Radu. He stayed there, and they taught me what PKU is, what happens, and how you have to follow a diet. How to introduce the formula and all the other problems, right, that I had to deal with at that point. And look at him, how he enjoys it. Oh boy, yes. We got out of the hospital and I realized there is almost nothing in BC for such children. I decided to come to Toronto because Toronto had a clinic, a PKU clinic. The food was covered. The other reason why I came here was the special education, right? For a school, for Radu to attend a special school for autistic kids, it would have cost me $10,000 a year.
The first day I met Radu, it was hard. It was challenging because they do things that you don't want them to do, like banging walls and stuff like that, but he doesn't do it anymore. You have to have a compassion and you have to be a patient person in order to care for Radu, because if you don't have patience, it's very hard, you know, like to deal with Radu, because you have to talk to him, you have to play with him. You know, yeah, it's hard.
A mother has to search. A mother has to become a professional beggar. You don't know how much I fight for Salomee, right, to keep her. But you have to fight for every service you get, you have to fight. In 2 months, we tried 6 people. Salomee was number 7, lucky number 7, right?
When I drop him in the morning inside the school bus, I secure him and stuff like that, and he won't let me go without hugging him or kissing him. He won't. He won't be happy.
Oyetunji, he's excellent. His services are excellent. How did I get to him? 5 years ago, I come back home. Radu is naked in the middle of the street, and the guy who was taking care of Radu was on the phone. He didn't even realize that Radu is out in the middle of the street, naked, right? So you can imagine how terrified I was when I found the child there. I came inside. I never trusted those services again.
First time I met him, I knew him about 5 years ago now, and the relationship wasn't really great the first day because probably because I was new to him, so he didn't feel very comfortable with me. And but with time, we started developing that bonding and that rapport. And presently, I think I have a good. But the first day wasn't really a pleasant day. He didn't want to come out with me. We had to prompt him a lot of times before he was able to agree to come out with me. He loves the swimming. He loves it. He wants to get in the pool, and he can spend the whole day in the pool. He's so happy when he gets there. And especially the jet, where the water is coming out, he likes to put his head there, likes the sensory feelings that he gets from the jet, the water jet there. Tatiana's life centers on Radu. She's concerned about the life Radu is going to live in the future, and she's trying to see what resource she can get for it, what support she can get for him.
The hardest thing, when you don't have your family's support,